Before we begin the heart freedom exercise, it's very important that you're not multitasking while you do this exercise. It's also vital that you are in a place that is quiet where you won't be interrupted and that you give yourself enough time to go through the whole exercise start to finish. Also, please pause the video whenever you need to take extra time to do each section. First, I want to talk about what our outcome is with this exercise. I want you to experience freedom through the deep forgiveness of things that are holding you back from achieving your goals, and specifically your money goals. Things like hurts, pains, traumas. There's a deep healing that needs to happen, and we have certain emotions buried deep in our subconscious that are tied to memories of things that have happened. And until we can experience forgiveness with those things, we cannot experience freedom in that area. And then we have a harder time reaching our goals. This is going to be a combination of the letting go technique and the Hawaiian prayer called Ho'oponopono. Before we begin the exercise, I want you first to get out a pen and paper right now and make a commitment to yourself. After you write this down, you're going to take a picture of it and post it in the private Facebook group. Now, write this down. I commit to allowing myself to feel whatever I need to feel and experience whatever I need to experience in this moment to get the deep healing and freedom that I need to hit my goals. Now sign your name. This is your commitment to yourself, your promise and reminder to yourself that as we go through this exercise, you have given yourself permission to feel what you need to feel. The prayer is very simple and has just 4 parts. It's simply, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. This prayer or exercise can be used for any area of your life. We're going to go through this now as an exercise, and I want you to write some things down as they come up for you. I want you to think about a time that you felt belittled or had a significant trauma that happened, or a time when you felt like you were put down. It could also just be a general theme of how you felt when you were growing up. Something that really stands out to you. Now I want you to write down that emotional obstacle that you feel when you remember that time. What is the personal truth that you had accepted to believe? Or issue or obstacle that you're feeling is holding you back from reaching your goals? For example, is it that you feel a lack of self-confidence, a fear of failure, distrust in others, anger, bitterness, resentment, unworthiness? Write down the emotion that you're feeling is coming up for you right now. And if you're having a flashback to a certain memory that is tied to that emotion, write that memory down as well. Now, for those of you who had a memory come up for you, I want you to remember it in as much detail as you can. We're going to go back and visit that place. Where were you when you felt that emotion come up? Where were you when you felt that gut punch, that betrayal, that trauma, whatever it was that came up for you. And if it's just a general emotion that came up for you, just focus on where you are feeling that emotion now in your body. And now we're going to go through this heart freedom exercise. So go ahead and, with this memory and emotion still on your mind and heart, close your eyes. And I want you to look at yourself in that moment, in that memory, as a bystander. And if you didn't have a memory come up, just do this exercise as if you're looking at a younger version of yourself when you remember feeling that emotion, either as a child or a young adult. If you felt anger, sadness, distrust, when do you remember feeling that as a child or when you were younger? And visit that place. And I want you to take notice of who's with you in that moment or memory. Maybe it is a family member or a friend. Maybe it's a coworker. Maybe it's a childhood bully. Or maybe it's just yourself. And as you are going through this, I want you to take notice of where you're feeling these emotions in your body. If it's in your heart, focus on that. If it's in your shoulders, focus your attention there as you work through this exercise until that feeling is released. And now you're going to talk to yourself like you would to a child that you love dearly. Be sweet to them. Go back to that moment and go through the 4 steps. So as a bystander, speaking to yourself in that memory or moment, say, I love you. And tell yourself the reasons you love yourself that come up for you in that moment. What did you need to hear? What does that younger version of you need to be told? I love you so much. You're so strong. You're doing such a good job. I see you. Why do you love yourself? Now, once you're finished telling yourself why you love yourself, you're going to say, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? That you feel guilty for? I'm sorry that you're going through this. And this is also where you get to take some ownership of the emotions that are coming up. I'm sorry that I've been so angry. I'm sorry that I've accepted this phrase that I was told as truth for so many years. You're stupid. You're not worthy. Or whatever it is. Tell yourself you're sorry. Now say to yourself, please forgive me. Please forgive me for holding on to this for so long. Or please forgive me for holding a grudge against you. Or taking on this belief as truth for so many years. What do you need to ask yourself forgiveness for? And say it to yourself now. Now tell yourself thank you. Thank you that this has taught me to be strong. And this is where you get to find the gift in the hard. Did this hard thing make you a better mother or father? Did it make you more compassionate, more understanding? Thank you that this made me more loving and gentle. And I also want you to tell yourself thank you for giving me the opportunity now to experience the healing from this pain and this memory. And now you're going to go through the same exercise, the same 4 steps in your heart with the other person that was there with you in your memory. So if it was your dad, your coworker, your friend, or the bully, now spend some time going through the same process with them. Dad, I love you. Why do you love them? Take some time now to tell them what they need to hear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you felt like this was the best thing that you could do. I'm sorry that you didn't see how it was hurting me. I'm sorry. Why do you need to say sorry? I'm sorry for the bitterness I had for so many years. Please forgive me. Please forgive me for harvesting bitterness. Please forgive me for being resentful. Please forgive me for believing the lies. And now I want you also to this other person in your heart to say, I forgive you. And now you say thank you. Thank you that this taught me to be brave, to be strong. Thank you for the example that you gave me. What's the gift? What can you thank that person for? Now you're going to go through the same exercise as you speak with God. God, I love you. And tell him the reasons that you love him that come up for you in this moment. I'm sorry. Tell him why you're sorry. Please forgive me. Ask him for forgiveness for whatever comes up for you that you feel you need to ask forgiveness for. Please forgive me for being angry and harvesting bitterness toward those that have hurt me. Please forgive me for judging myself for so many years and holding guilt for so many years. And now tell him thank you. Thank you, God, for giving me healing in this area of my life. Thank you for the deep healing that you're bringing to me right now. Thank you for the gift that this experience has brought me, and that it's taught me how to be more loving to those around me, or whatever else comes up for you that you want to tell God thank you for in regards to this memory or emotion. And just take time to tell him thank you. Now that you've gone through this exercise and forgiven yourself and others, and you've felt the forgiveness of God, you get to tell yourself what's true. What's actually true about you in regards to that obstacle that you had written down? What's true about you? What's true about the other person in your memory? Tell yourself the truths. What do you need to hear? What did that you in your past need to hear that's really true of you? And now that you've forgiven yourself, you can believe the truths that you say to yourself. And when you go back and revisit that goal or those things that you want to achieve, you're able to know exactly what steps you need to take to make it happen and believe that you can do it. Now, this exercise is a tool that you now have, and it is not something that you do one time and you're done. This is something that you get to use over and over for many, many things that you need healing from. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And telling yourself the truths. So use this tool now in all areas of your life and receive the healing and the forgiveness that you've been needing.